fiery exchange in Congress is raising serious new questions about transparency, accountability, and political interference at the highest levels of law enforcement. During a tense hearing, Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell directly confronted FBI Director Kash Patel over the Epstein files, the largest sex trafficking investigation the FBI has ever handled, and what Patel knows about Epstein, Donald Trump's connection to them.
Director, the first time you saw Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files. Did you close the files or keep reading?
I have reviewed not the entirety of the files, so
you haven't reviewed all of the Epstein files?
Personally, no.
You're the director of the FBI. This is the largest sex trafficking case the FBI has ever been a part of. Buck stops at the top, and your testimony today is you have not reviewed all the files.
What I've been doing is been busy providing the safest country this country has seen in modern U.S. history in historic speed, because the men and women of the FBI are given the resources to reduce the homicide rate, to reduce the drug trafficking rate, to reduce the amount of children that are being trafficked, and the number of.
It sounds like those children being trafficked appreciate the director reviewing the files. You said you don't know the number of times Trump's name appears in the files, so it could at least be 1,000 times. Is that right?
The number is a total misleading factor. We have not released anyone's name. We have not released anyone's name in the Epstein files that has not been credible.
Director, could it at least be 1,000 times? We have released
every piece of legally permissible information.
Okay,
you can characterize the numbers however you want it.
Claiming my time, Director. It sounds like if you don't know the number, it could at least be 1,000 times.
It's not. It's not.
Is it at least 500 times?
No.
Is it at least 100 times?
No.
Then what's the number?
I don't know the number, but it's not that.
Do you think it might be your job to know the number?
My job is to provide for the safety and security of this country. My job is not to engage in political innuendo so you can go out to the sticks and get your 20-second hit in your fundraising article.
Time,
keep going, reclaiming your time, because the people of California are being underserved by your representation.
The president is not implicated. Why not release everything that involves him?
We have released everything, the president and anyone else's side, that is credible and lawfully be able to be released. Your fixation on this matter and baseless accusations that I'm hiding child pedophiles is disgusting. Anyone that says that needs to look at the stats alone and go back to the state of California, who's receiving the biggest surge in FBI resources through my redeployment because the cities of Los Angeles, San Diego, and San Francisco need it.
Director, remembering your oath to tell the truth, did you ever tell Donald Trump his name is in the files?
I have never spoken to President Trump about the Epstein files.
Did you ever tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The Attorney General and I have had numerous discussions about the entirety of the Epstein files and the reviews conducted by our team.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
And we have released where President Trump's name is in the Epstein files. It's a simple question.
Did you tell the Attorney General that the President's name is in the Epstein files?
During many conversations that the Attorney General and I have had on the matter of Epstein, we have reviewed.
The question is simple. Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files? Yes or no?
Why don't you try spelling it out?
Yes or no, Director?
Use the alphabet.
Yes or no?
No, A, B, C,
Director,
D, E, F.
It sounds like you don't want to tell us. Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files?
Why don't you try serving your constituency by focusing on reducing violent crime in this country and the number of pedophiles that are legally harbored in sanctuary cities in California? I'll work with you on that.
Regular order, Mr. Chairman.
I'm
the lawless gentleman from California.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The question has been asked and answered.
You've not answered it, and we will take your evasiveness as a consciousness of guilt. Director, did Donald Trump ever say to you, just find and release the entire truth? Don't worry if I'm in it.
The instructions from the administration were to release all credible information, and we have done that.
Did Donald Trump ever provide information about Jeffrey Epstein as an informant?
Donald Trump has not been, and I can only speak for the FBI, an informant of the FBI.
So, Director, you've played this cute shell game where you say you can't release everything because the court has said that it legally is not allowed to be released, but the court calls bullshit. Judge Richard Berman said that when you went to the court, quote, information contained in the Epstein grand jury transcripts pales in comparison to Epstein investigation information and materials in the hands of the Department of Justice. So let's move on, Director. You wrote a book called Government Gangsters. You identified 20 individuals in that book. You put me on that list at the top of the list. Thank you. My children find it flattering. 20 of those individuals have been investigated or have had adverse actions. Director, considering that you have identified these people as, quote, government gangsters, will you recuse yourself from making any investigation decisions about these individuals?
Anyone that has been terminated at the FBI has been done so because they failed to meet the muster in their constitutional obligation.
I will work on the audio-visual capabilities.
I'm going to borrow your terminology and call bullshit on your entire career in Congress.
I'm reclaiming my time,
It has been a disgrace to the American people.
I'm reclaiming my time.
You can reclaim your time all you want.
Mr. Chairman, are you going to allow a witness to speak this way?
Mr. Chairman, would you
recuse yourself, Director?
The gentleman has no time.
Mr. Chairman, would you admonish the witness not to insult members?
The gentleman has no time.
Mr. Chairman,
the committee will remember.
Quick point of order. Could the gentleman be extended an additional 20 seconds to complete his thoughts, since the witness decided to interrupt him continuously?
And the witness will be able to respond if he wants. We'll make sure he has time to do that.
My question is, will you, Director, recuse yourself, yes or no, from investigating or making decisions about the 60 individuals, including myself, that you identified as government gangsters? Yes or no?
Time of the gentleman has expired. The witness may respond if he would like.
And the answer was no, as I heard.
Correct.
Okay. The gentleman.
Swalwell opened with a blunt question. He asked Patel whether the first time he saw Donald Trump's name in the Epstein files, he closed the file or kept reading. Patel's answer immediately set the tone. He admitted that he has not reviewed the entirety of the Epstein files. That admission stunned the room. Swalwell pressed him, reminding Patel that he is the director of the FBI, and that in a case involving elite sex trafficking, the responsibility stops at the top. Patel tried to justify himself by pointing to other FBI priorities: homicide reduction, drug trafficking, public safety. But Swalwell wasn't buying it. He cut in, saying it sounded like the children who were trafficked in the Epstein case would probably appreciate the FBI director actually reviewing the files connected to their abuse. And came the core issue. Patel admitted he does not know how many times Donald Trump's name appears in the Epstein files. Swalwell pointed out the obvious implication. If Patel doesn't know the number, it could be hundreds or even thousands of times. Patel pushed back, calling the focus on numbers misleading, and claimed the FBI has only released information deemed credible and legally permissible. But Swalwell wasn't asking about releases. He was asking about knowledge. He began pressing Patel with a series of yes or no questions. Is Trump's name in the files at least 500 times? Number at least 100 times? Number then, what is the number? Patel said he didn't know. That answer only escalated the exchange. Swalwell asked whether it might actually be Patel's job to know that number. Patel responded by accusing Swalwell of political grandstanding and fundraising, claiming his own job was to protect the country, not engage in what he called political innuendo. The tone deteriorated quickly from there. Patel accused Swalwell of making baseless accusations and even said it was disgusting to suggest he was hiding pedophiles. Swalwell fired back, saying the people of California were being underserved not by him, but by a federal government that refuses to release the full truth. Then Swalwell moved to a critical question. Did Patel ever tell Donald Trump that his name appears in the Epstein files? Patel said no, claiming he has never spoken to Trump about the Epstein files at all. So Swalwell pivoted to the Attorney General. Did Patel tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name appears in the Epstein files? What followed was one of the most evasive stretches of testimony in the hearing. Patel talked around the question, referencing numerous discussions and reviews conducted by the team, but refused to give a direct yes or no answer. Swalwell repeated the question multiple times, yes or no. Patel still wouldn't answer. At one point, Swalwell said the committee would have to interpret that evasiveness as a consciousness of guilt. Patel responded by attacking Swalwell again, accusing California of harboring criminals and pedophiles in sanctuary cities, an extraordinary claim to make while refusing to answer a direct question under oath. Swalwell then asked whether Trump ever instructed Patel to release the full truth, even if it implicated him. Patel said the administration's instructions were to release all credible information and claimed that had already been done. But Swalwell wasn't finished. He pointed out that a federal judge, Richard Berman, has stated that information contained in Epstein grand jury transcripts pales in comparison to the investigative materials held by the Department of Justice. In other words, the public has not seen anywhere close to the full picture. Finally, Swalwell shifted to a personal but deeply concerning issue. He reminded Patel that in his book Government Gangsters, Patel publicly named 20 individuals, including Swalwell himself, accusing them of misconduct. Swalwell asked whether Patel would recuse himself from any investigations involving people he has publicly labeled government gangsters. Patel refused. Instead, he launched into a personal attack, calling Swalwell's entire career in Congress a disgrace to the American people. The exchange became so heated that committee members had to intervene, but the damage was already done. In 5 minutes, the FBI director admitted he hasn't reviewed all the Epstein files, doesn't know how often Trump's name appears in them, won't say whether he informed the attorney general, and refuses to recuse himself from decisions involving people he has publicly attacked. For an agency built on credibility, those answers raise serious red flags. This wasn't about politics. It was about whether the most powerful law enforcement official in the country is willing or able to tell the full truth about one of the most disturbing criminal cases in modern history. And after that exchange, the questions are only getting louder